Hello my lovely 4th grade students, how are you? Today we're going to continue exercises from unit 15 in pupils book, page number 62. Look at exercise 4, read and answer. اقرأ وجاوب. Okay, before reading the paragraph, we want to look at this photo. This photo is about our famous city, Petra. Look, it's very beautiful. People in the past carved Petra in the rocks. الناس في الماضي نحتوا مدينة بترا في الصخور. Now we want to know who are that people who carved our famous city, Pitra. Now let's read the paragraph. Just listen carefully to me. The Nabateans lived in Pitra a long time ago. They traveled into the canyon. They liked the canyon and they decided to make a city. Some Nabateans lived in caves. They carved tunnels to carry water. They carved buildings and a theater into the rocks. Now, many people visit Pitra. It's very famous. Karim and Samira. So now we know that the Nabateans who carved our famous city. هلا شعب الأنباط هم اللي نحتوا هاي المدينة من الصخور. شعب الأنباط سكنوا lived in Pitra. سكنوا في Pitra a long time ago, منذ وقت طويل أو مضى. They traveled into the canyon. هم سافروا داخل الوادي الضيق. Canyon الوادي الضيق. They liked the canyon. هم حبوا الوادي الضيق. And they decided to make a city. وهم قرروا أن يصنعوا أو ينشئوا مدينة. Some Nabateans lived in caves. بعض من الأنباط شعب الأنباط سكنوا في كهوف. They carved tunnels. هم نحتوا قنوات أو أنفاق to carry water. حتى يحملوا الماء، تكون ممر للمياه اللي يعني ممكن يشغلوها. They carved buildings. نحتوا مدن، مباني، نحتوا مباني. And a theater. ونحتوا أيضا مدرج أو مسرح into the rocks في داخل الصخور. Now many people visit Pitra. الآن العديد من الناس يزورون بترا. It's very famous. إنها مشهورة كثيرا. Famous يعني مشهورة. اللي كتب هاي الفقرة كريم and سميرة. I want to extract from this paragraph for you. Just be careful and listen to me. Okay, we have here the Nabateans. Nabateans is a plural noun. اسم جمع. Plural noun. Lived here. It's a verb from the past tense. فعل في زمن الماضي. It's a regular verb يعني فعل منتظم. We add D for it. N is a preposition. Petra is a singular noun. اسم مفرد. Look, we put capital letter for the famous city. لأنها مدينة مشهورة وضعنا أول حرف capital. عنا شعب الأنباط. We begin with capital letter. Don't forget that. A long time ago. Ago is the key word for the past tense. هو يدل على زمن الماضي. Ago مفتاح زمن الماضي. So we put the verb in the past tense. لهيك احنا حطينا الفعل في زمن الماضي. They traveled into the canyon. هم سافروا. So they refers to whom? They refers to the Nabateans people. يعني ضمير they يعود إلى شعب الأنباط. The Nabateans. Traveled is the verb in the past tense. We add ed for it. Into is a preposition. داخل أو في. The canyon is a singular noun. اسم مفرد. They liked the canyon. Also they is a plural pronoun, refers to the Nabateans people. They liked. هم حبوا. Liked is the verb in the past tense. We add d for the verb only. The canyon is the singular noun. And they decided. Also they refers to Nabateans people. Decided is the verb in the past tense. Decided to make a city. A preposition make is an infinitive verb. فعل مجرد. To. After to we have infinitive verb. دائما بيجي فعل مجرد بعد to. A city يعني مدينة. City. Some Nabateans lived in caves. بعض Nabateans شعب الأنباط. Lived also is a past verb. In preposition caves we have here plural noun. Caves كهوف جمع. اسم جمع. They carved tunnels. Carved is the verb in the past tense. We add d for the verb. Tunnels أنفاق أو قنوات is a plural noun. قنوات. To carry. To is a preposition and we have here carry present infinitive verb. فعل مجرد. To carry water. Water is a singular noun. They carved buildings. Buildings is a plural noun. And a theater. A theater is a singular noun. Into the rocks. Rocks is a plural noun. Now a keyword show the present tense. يعني هو مفتاح يدل على زمن المضارع. Many people العديد من الناس. People is a plural noun. اسم جمع. Visit is a verb in present tense. في زمن المضارع. فعل في زمن المضارع لأنه في عنا noun. Petra is a name of the city. It is very famous. It here is a singular pronoun. Refers to whom? Yes, بيحكوا إنها مدينة مشهورة. مين هي؟ طبعا it refers to Petra. Is a helping verb. فعل مساعد. Very famous. Famous is an adjective. صفة. Adjective. Okay. Now let's go to answer these questions. Number 1 is already done. This is a dialogue between the two boys. When did the Nabateans live in Petra? He answered, the Nabateans lived in Petra a long time ago. So this is the answer for the first question, is already done. Now let's go to the second one. How do you think they traveled into the canyon? كيف تعتقد أنهم سافروا في داخل الوادي الضيق؟ How do you think they traveled into the canyon? كيف تعتقد أنهم سافروا في الوادي الضيق؟ In the past, you know that people used camels in traveling from place to place. يعني إنه الناس في الماضي كانوا يستخدموا الجمال في التنقل من مكان لآخر. So the answer will be they traveled into the canyon on camels. The answer is on camels. Number 3. Where did they live? أين عاشوا أو أين سكنوا? So they lived, and this is the answer. They lived in caves. The answer, they lived in caves. Number 4. How did they carry water? كيف هم حملوا الماء؟ Look. The answer, they carved tunnels to carry water. So this is the answer. They carved tunnels to carry water. Number 5. What did Nabateans carve into the rocks? What did they carve? إيش هم نحتوا في الصخور? The answer, they carved buildings and theater into the rocks. نحتوا مباني ومسرح أو مدرج في داخل الصخور. Number 6. Why is Petra very famous? لماذا مدينة البتراء هي مشهورة? Why? We can say that because many people visit Petra, and because of the wonderful carved from the rocks, بسبب النحت الجميل من داخل الصخور. It looks very beautiful. Now, my students, I prepared for you some explanation about using the punctuation marks like full stop and question mark. Full stop. We use the full stop at the end of our sentence. نستخدم إحنا النقطة في نهاية الجملة، في نهاية جملتنا. For example, I lived in Amman. Full stop. انتهت الجملة، اكتمل المعنى. The meaning is completed here. المعنى اكتمل. We put full stop. Question mark, like this, we use it also at the end of our sentence when we are asking a question. نستخدمها في نهاية جملتنا عندما نسأل سؤال. For example, where did you live? We should put here the question mark. Don't forget that. Now, my students, open your activity book, page number 58, exercise number 3. Copy and write question mark or full stop. Number 1 is already done. How did you travel? Look, we put question mark for the question because it begins with how. Okay. We traveled by car. نحن سافرنا بواسطة السيارة. Is it a question or a sentence? Yes, it's a sentence. How do you know that this is a sentence? Because it begins with a subject. هلا كيف بدنا نعرف ان هاي جملة؟ لأنها بدأت في فاعل سواء كان ضمير أو اسم. So at the end of the sentence we should put what? Yes, full stop. Please, I want from you to write this sentence here and put the full stop. Number 2. Where did you stay? Look. أين أقمتم? It begins with a WH question. So we should put question mark. So write the question here and put the question mark at the end of the sentence. We stayed in a hotel. نحن أقمنا في hotel أو فندق. Is it a sentence or a question? Of course a sentence because it begins with a subject لأنها بدأت في فاعل فبآخر جملة نضع نقطة. We put full stop at the end of the sentence. Write the sentences here and the rest of number 3. What did you visit? ماذا زرت أو ما الأماكن اللي زرتها. Of course it's a question because it begins with WH question. We put full stop. We put question mark here. We visited a cave. What did you visit? It's a question because it begins with the WH question. Write the question here and put the question mark. We visited a cave. نحن زرنا كهف. It's a complete sentence يعني جملة كاملة. We should put full stop at the end of the sentence. Please write the questions and the sentence here on your books. And this is the answer for the question that I gave it to you in the previous lesson. هاي إجابات الأسئلة اللي أعطيتكم إياها بالحصة السابقة. Please write this explanation in your notebook. اكتبوها بدفتر النسخ أو الملاحظات. And that's for today, my lovely students. Thanks for listening to me. Have a nice time and goodbye.